On Dirty Laundry, that song is very revealing for you, and you did reveal how you were in a relationship and it was abusive. We don't know the identity of the guy, but have you forgiven him since then?
Absolutely. We've spoken since then, so absolutely.
Roy Williams didn't just deny hurting Kelly Rowland. He accidentally cracked open a secret that's been sealed tight for nearly 20 years. In 2024, the former NFL star sat with Vibe Vixen and revisited the moment he called off their 2005 wedding, saying, "We didn't know each other well enough. It sounded calm, even responsible, right?" But for anyone who remembers Kelly's 2013 single Dirty Laundry, that statement hit like a spark in a gas-filled room. Because in that song, Kelly didn't just sing about heartbreak, she described emotional and physical pain, painting a raw picture of a man who tried to crush her spirit while the world saw her smiling beside her best friend. For years, everyone assumed that man was Roy. But now that Roy's come forward denying everything, the internet's going wild, and every finger is turning toward one powerful name, Jay's.
Itself, I call him the normal, regular guy, the simple guy. He kind of won your heart over. How does that relate to how you are personally as a person, and for a person like that to actually win your heart over?
All it takes is a conversation, which is exactly the way that love began in the movie.
The timing couldn't have been worse for him. Everything started crashing down at once. In 2023, Kelly dropped a bombshell in an interview, saying her abuser was still powerful in the music industry. She never said his name, but fans didn't need her to. The internet connected the dots fast. By early 2025, Jay-Z's name wasn't just a whisper, it was stamped all over two massive lawsuits that sent shockwaves through Hollywood and had his legal team scrambling like never before. The first came from a woman who accused Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs of assaulting her when she was only 13 back in 2000. The claims were disturbing, the complaint graphic, and for a moment, it felt like one of music's biggest legends might finally be forced to face his past. Then out of nowhere, the woman dropped the lawsuit, calling it a money grab. But before she did, Jay-Z's lawyers fought hard to get the case tossed, saying her story didn't add up. Just weeks later, boom, another lawsuit exploded. A man named Joseph Monero claimed he was taken to a secret freak-off event in Miami in 2015, and guess who he said was there? Jay-Z and Beyoncé. The accusation hit national headlines, then vanished into thin air. By mid-April, Joseph Monero quietly removed Jay-Z and Beyoncé's names from his filing after Jay-Z's lawyer proved both stars were hundreds of miles away that weekend, one giving a talk at NYU, the other relaxing in Hawaii. 2 lawsuits, 2 clean retractions. But there was one thing both cases shared. Jay-Z's team didn't just defend him, they erased him. That pattern of swift denial, legal domination, and total disappearance has become the Carter Empire's signature move. Insiders in entertainment law even say Jay-Z's powerhouse attorney, Alex Spiro, is famous for his scorched earth tactics, shutting down entire stories before they can even take a breath. So when Roy Williams cleared his name, the silence from the Carters suddenly felt deafening. Because while those lawsuits died in court, a different kind of evidence, emotional, behavioral, and visual, started resurfacing online. Fans began connecting dots, revisiting old interviews, and catching details most people missed the first time around. Something didn't add up, and the internet was determined to figure out what Jay-Z was really hiding.
Those stories for years. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that people wanted those stories for years, and that's just so sad on them because it's not like that. You know what I mean? It's so crazy. And I just think it's so sad that we live in a world where people don't want to see women get along and encourage and empower each other. And that's what we do for each other.
At the 2021 premiere of The Harder They Fall, a Netflix film Jay-Z produced, cameras caught something wild. On the red carpet, Jay-Z suddenly turned around, froze, and locked eyes with Kelly Rowland. The clip went viral overnight because his face said everything before he even spoke. Shock, confusion, maybe even guilt. Then he smiled, hugged her, and said the words that sent the internet into chaos. "I didn't even know you were here." Was that genuine surprise? or a guilty slip. The internet went to war over it. Some said it was just a harmless, polite reaction, but others saw something way deeper. The look of a man caught off guard by the one person who still knew the truth. That moment might have disappeared like most celebrity run-ins, if not for what Kelly said next. Just months before that red carpet encounter, Kelly called her canceled wedding embarrassing in Cosmopolitan, UK. She said she was too young, too naive, and that facing the public after the split was humiliating. But what fans can't stop asking is, why use that word, embarrassing? Not painful, not sad, embarrassing. Now people are convinced that the shame she mentioned wasn't about Roy at all. It was about what happened after him. Because if Roy wasn't the man behind Dirty Laundry, then who was? Someone powerful. Someone with the reach to twist headlines, bury stories, and make entire lawsuits vanish like smoke.
And it was pretty much said like, Jay doesn't really want awards. Well, he go to the Grammys.
Right.
He you know, come into the black-owned spaces. Let's figure out how to work together so that way we have the relationship when it matters, not when it's convenient for you and your image. Because they all call us when the story is up that they don't like.
At the same time, whispers about Jay-Z's quiet grip on the media started getting louder. In late 2024, gossip blogger Jason Lee dropped a bomb on his podcast. He claimed Jay-Z and Beyoncé's team had been blowing up his phone nonstop over the growing Diddy scandal. He even said, "You can call me yourself, because this right here is gonna go viral." Then things got tense. Jason later warned that if he suddenly went missing, people should remember who'd been contacting him. He clarified it wasn't a threat, but everyone heard the pressure in his voice. It sounded like he knew he was stepping on dangerous toes. And it didn't stop there. Around that same time, media host P. Morgan admitted that Jay-Z's attorney demanded edits to his interview with Jaguar Wright after she made disturbing claims about the Carters. Morgan quickly apologized on air, calling those statements totally false. But the speed of that apology only made fans more suspicious. What exactly were Jay-Z and Beyoncé trying so hard to hide? Against all that chaos, Kelly Rowland's loyalty to Jay-Z started to look unusual. In early 2024, she gushed over his Grammy speech, calling him one of the greatest men I know. For years, she's publicly defended him, calling him her big bro, even when fans dissected her old lyrics like puzzle pieces. But insiders who were around during Destiny's Child's rise say the connection between Kelly and Jay-Z ran deeper than anyone knew. He wasn't just a mentor, he was always there, in studio sessions, tour stops, and promo shoots. And while the girls were barely out of their teens, Jay-Z was already a powerful businessman nearing 30. That kind of age and influence created a serious power imbalance. And now, fans are starting to wonder what was really going on behind the scenes.
Okay, no, I mean, with this record, I did want to be more honest when it came to relationships and my take and my perspective on relationships. That sounds like something else and not something vibrant.
When Dirty Laundry dropped in 2013, Kelly painted a chilling picture of being isolated, controlled, and watched by a partner who dictated her every move. She said he made her feel invisible next to her best friend's fame, and fans couldn't ignore how that mirrored her real life more than her short romance with Roy. Roy lived quietly in Texas, while Jay-Z held the keys to her career, her label ties, press access, and producer lineup, all in New York. And if, as Kelly later hinted, her abuser was still powerful in the industry, then Roy doesn't fit the picture at all.
Oh, no. No, when I get nervous, I tell the truth.
We can't overlook the timing of Kelly's emotional breakdowns. Just months after Dirty Laundry dropped in 2013, she was photographed crying after a private dinner with Beyoncé and Jay-Z. No explanation given, just viral photos that had everyone talking. Some said it was joy, but looking back now, many think it was something else entirely. Maybe confrontation, maybe closure, between three people with a tangled past. At the same time, Jay-Z's public image was already cracking under new pressure. The long-running paternity claims from Rymir Satterwhite, who insists Jay-Z fathered him back in the early 90s, still haven't gone away. Jay-Z's team calls it a harassment campaign, yet Rymir's side says all it would take is one simple DNA test. The twist? Rymir's late mother was reportedly just 16 when she met Jay-Z. Another troubling age gap. Another legal dance to dodge a clear answer. And when you line that up with the whispers surrounding Kelly, those parallels start looking way too close for comfort.
I don't have no felonies. I'm not crazy or none of that. It's like, I just want the truth, and it's so hard to get it from the courts. And it seems like Jay-Z don't want to say anything. So, I don't want to see him go down for something that, you could have just got taken care of. That's it.
Inside the industry, the whispers are getting louder about just how much control Jay-Z's team really has over the media. Publicists say outlets have quietly scrapped stories about his past after getting calls from Roc Nation reps. One journalist even revealed that editors call him radioactive, a name so powerful it could cost them access to half the entertainment world. That kind of fear makes Kelly's silence feel less like loyalty and more like survival. She's seen what happens when someone dares to challenge that system. It never ends well. And when you trace things back to Destiny's Child's early tours, the picture gets even darker. Matthew Knowles once admitted that 2 older male performers were kicked off a joint tour for inappropriate behavior toward the girls. If that was happening right under their noses, who knows what else was swept aside? Not long after, Jay-Z entered that same circle, working closely with Beyoncé and staying tightly connected to Kelly. If the pattern really continued, then Dirty Laundry wasn't just a song. It was a warning hiding in plain sight. By the time Roy Williams came forward to deny ever abusing Kelly, she'd already rebuilt her image as a respected actress and mentor, shining in films and talent shows. She had every reason to keep that dark chapter buried, but Roy's calm denial cracked it wide open again. His claim that he ended things out of maturity, not conflict, completely clashed with the pain and fear Kelly poured into her lyrics. Suddenly, fans were replaying every verse, every tearful interview, realizing maybe they'd missed something huge. And all those clues keep circling back to one name, the man whose power still runs deep through the music world.
I mean, why waste my time?
And sometimes you respond to something that brings way more attention to it, too.
That too, and it's just, it goes into another space, and then you're just like, are y'all not listening to me?
Jay-Z has never spoken a single word about the rumors linking him to Kelly Rowland's Dirty Laundry. Whenever asked, his team either stays silent or issues short, vague denials through unnamed sources. But his moves, quick lawsuits, media takedowns, and tightly managed appearances show a clear pattern of control. Every time a new claim pops up, it disappears within days. Every time someone names him, their post vanishes or their platform suddenly goes quiet. To many, that doesn't look like coincidence. It looks like coordination. Even tiny moments seem suspicious now when you look back. During Beyoncé's Renaissance celebrations, Kelly showed up at several events but carefully dodged any joint moments with Jay-Z. At one premiere, cameras caught her standing several feet away until photographers moved her closer. She smiled, but her body looked tense. Fans noticed instantly. Some said it was nerves, others said it was strategy. Because when the man at the center of every whisper controls the story, even silence starts to look like proof. As of mid-2025, neither Kelly, Roy, nor Jay-Z has said a word to clear things up. But the internet won't let it rest. Forums keep digging through old clips, body language experts break down every glance, and anonymous insiders tease that more truth bombs are coming. Some insiders even hint that the upcoming 2025 trials tied to Diddy's alleged network could name other big industry figures, and fans are wondering if Jay-Z's name might surface next. Whether it does or not, people can feel the tension rising. Jay-Z's history with young women isn't just internet gossip, it's documented. In late 2024, rapper Foxy Brown blasted social media after rumors spread that she'd signed an NDA about her past with Jay-Z. Her response, explosive. She wrote, "Ain't no MF alive could stop my story." She wasn't hiding behind code. She was reminding the world she met Jay-Z as a teenager, barely 16, when they recorded their iconic 1996 track together. The chemistry was obvious, the lyrics flirtatious, and insiders swore their bond ran way deeper than music. Then, in 2001, when Nas dropped his legendary diss track Ether, he didn't just go for Jay's ego. He pulled from the whispers everyone in hip-hop already knew, rapping. "Heard Foxy got you hot cause you kept your face in her." That one bar lit the match again, dragging every old rumor about Jay-Z's private life back into the spotlight.
I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough. You just want to go down there and you want to just remove all of the balls from every real gangster in Houston.
That wasn't the last time Jay-Z's love life came back to haunt him. Around that same era, Nas's ex, Carmen Bryan, claimed she had a 5-year affair with Jay-Z, one that allegedly ended in pregnancy. In a 2017 interview, Carmen revealed she lost the baby, but stood firm that the relationship was real. Her story lined up perfectly with Jay-Z's early rise to fame, showing that behind the polished businessman image was a messy, complicated private world. And Carmen wasn't the only one. In 2025, a Maryland woman named Letitia Meeser went viral after posting videos saying she was Jay-Z's daughter. She claimed her family had known for years, and that her mother was just 16 when she met him. The resemblance was striking, and the alleged timeline, the early 90s before Beyoncé, was almost too perfect. What came next was no surprise. Jay-Z's legal team moved fast. They didn't just reply, they mobilized. Because when it comes to protecting him, his lawyers don't fight scandals, they erase them. The best example? Rymir Satterwhite, the man who spent over a decade insisting he's Jay-Z's son and still hasn't gotten that simple DNA test. Court records reveal Jay-Z's lawyers have battled Rymir at every turn, challenging jurisdiction, deadlines, even arguing the statute of limitations ran out before he was old enough to fight back. Their strategy? Pure precision. Delay, deflect, outspin, and outlast. Rymir's camp says Jay-Z's team used shady tactics to block a DNA test, while 2024 filings accuse them of hiding behind sealed documents and endless technicalities. Every motion, every hearing seemed less about proving innocence and more about draining the other side until they had no fight left. It's not just legal defense, it's legal domination.
I would hope he would think about it and this would be in his mind, but I wouldn't actually know what another person is feeling.
Looking at that pattern, you have to wonder, if Jay-Z's team goes this hard to block a paternity claim, imagine how far they'd go to crush an abuse allegation from someone still active in the game, someone like Kelly Rowland. Back in 2023, Kelly didn't call her abuser famous, she called him powerful. And that word choice wasn't random, it was a warning wrapped in calm. In this industry, power means control. Control of the press, the narrative, and who gets heard. And we've already seen how Jay-Z's machine moves when that control is tested. Remember when Piers Morgan had to apologize in 2024 after airing Jaguar Wright's explosive claims about the Carters, accusing them of holding people against their will and linking them to Diddy's scandals? Within days, Jay-Z's lawyer Alex Spiro, the same man behind his paternity and assault defenses, stepped in fast. He demanded the network pull the entire segment, and guess what? Morgan complied immediately, calling the comments totally false and legally unsafe. The show that called itself Uncensored ended up censoring itself. That's not coincidence. That's the power of influence, fear, and money working hand in hand.
Beyoncé and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them.
Behind closed doors, industry insiders whisper that Alex Spiro has become the most feared name in entertainment law. They call him the ultimate fixer, the man whose phone call can make entire stories vanish overnight. Journalists even admit they've been quietly warned to steer clear of certain topics if they want to keep access to Roc Nation's artists. The result? A culture of silence where truth only leaks in fragments. So when Kelly Rowland calls Jay-Z one of the greatest men I know, no one can tell if it's loyalty or pure survival. Because if she ever decided to reveal what really happened, she'd be facing the same legal juggernaut that's made lawsuits disappear like they never existed. That's the real core of it. Dirty Laundry isn't just a song, it's a riddle. Half confession, half cry for help. For years, everyone thought it was about Roy Williams, but his denial flipped everything. The only person who still fits the puzzle, a powerful mentor from her circle, still untouchable after 2 decades, is Jay-Z. And every time that theory gains traction, his team tightens the grip. Posts vanish, footage disappears, stories get corrected. It's the same pattern we've seen for years. Foxy Brown's teenage collab rewritten as nostalgia, Carmen Bryan's pregnancy brushed off as rumor, Rymeer's paternity case drowned in legal dust, and now Letitia Meezer's claims fading quietly into the algorithm. Maybe each story could be brushed off as coincidence, but together they form a pattern that's just too sharp to ignore. And through it all, Kelly Rowland's silence stands firm, calm, graceful, and intentional. She's never named her abuser, yet Jay-Z's team has spent all of 2025 making sure no one else dares to either. So here's the real question. If every one of these claims is fake, why fight so hard to erase them? Are we watching a smear campaign against a legend? Or the quiet panic of a man with too much to hide? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because the truth feels closer than ever. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.